Hello, and welcome to Ember's Guiding Light. I am Ember, a student of the universe, a weirdo on the internet, and somebody who is so excited to give you this Sagittarius full moon reading, even though this is like my fourth take trying to start it. This energy has been chaotic, the cats have been chaotic. It's been a doozy, but I want to do this reading, so we're going to keep pushing forward for expansion because we can do it. Now, while I am doing this reading on the Sagittarius full moon and using this energy of expansion, know that this is a timeless reading and that it is reaching you when you are meant to hear it, or at least that's the intention I am putting in it. I trust that you will use your intuition and take what resonates with you and leave the rest for those it's meant for. Okay? Never try and force a reading to fit. It's not good for you mentally. It's not good for your brain. It's not good for your life. Like, don't force readings, but enjoy what's there for you. Leave the rest for who it's meant for. Okay? Oh, so before I get into the reading, I do want to tell you about a dream that I had with this Sagittarius full moon. Now, the whole talking about it is on my Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, Ember's Guiding Light, I'm going to link it down in the description. I recommend you go follow me there for like short form content and updates on when posts are coming up. And then subscribe on here so that you get a notification every time I post, okay? But in this dream, the core message I want to share with you is you are trying to live as a new version of you, but you are still holding on to old beliefs. Now, this is so resonant right now with the Sun in Gemini and the Moon in Sagittarius. Sun, Gemini, the internal thought and world idea, a duality, living in one, um, living in two versions at the same time. And then the moon in Sagittarius, the expansion, the travel, the movement forward into the new, into the unknown, exploration of philosophy, ideas, and beliefs. So the sun, the ego, the moon, emotion, opposite each other. There's this just illumination of this contradiction in yourself. So I encourage you to look, if this resonates, to look in yourself on what old beliefs are holding you back, what thought patterns and ideas are keeping you trapped in a version of self that you no longer want to live as. And so you can work to release those. It's not easy. It's not easy releasing old beliefs. When the message finally came through in my dream, at first I got angry and then I started weeping in the dream. It was crazy. I don't often have dreams that profound, so it felt important to share in this message today. You are trying to live as a new version of you while still holding on to old beliefs. So with that message, it may come through in the cards, it may be a message beforehand. As I said, take what resonates, take what makes sense, take what applies to you, hold on to those nuggets of wisdom, and maybe they'll apply in the future. And we'll get into today's reading. Okay, I'm going to start with my Little Witch Oracle deck. This is Little Witch Oracle deck. Just to give credit where credit is due, because I appreciate the art and the time put into creating these decks. This one is so just cute and charming. And it has like people, places, and things. So I feel like it really helps with honing in on who this message is for, what it applies to, um, and kind of defining the collective so you can know if this message is for you. Okay? So What do we need to hear? The ocean. How beautiful with that moon and the waves coming up, crashing the depths. We have two fish here. I love the ocean. I am a Cancer, so I mean, lunar water ruled. It's in me. The ocean is in me. I am in the ocean. Um, what a beautiful, beautiful card to start with. So let's see what it says about the ocean. Perhaps you are into ocean or water magic specifically. Perhaps you are moving through some very emotional processes right now. The full moon definitely does stir up those deep emotions. Everyone gets a little bit more wily on the full moon. I certainly do. The ocean feelings, depth, intensity. The ocean is a vast landscape of mystery and magic. As a place associated with feelings and emotion, the ocean is famous for its depths. As the saying goes, still waters run deep. The ocean card suggests you need to accept and honor your emotions. Like the sea, you are full of deep feelings. When you pay attention to them, there is no end to the vital knowledge you receive. So perhaps we're ignoring our emotions. We're getting a little too in our head and we're not feeling in our body. Gemini's really good at getting caught in the head and not being in the body. So what emotional depths do you need to kind of work in? And remember that when you're feeling your feelings, it's not about specifically naming them. It's about understanding where in your body you're feeling it. When I feel rage, I feel it right in my like solar plexus, my belly, and I feel this like push. That's why it helps to scream when you are feeling angry. It's not about this like intimidation of others. It's about the expression of rage. When I'm feeling sad, I can feel it in my throat like somebody is holding me back and choking me back. That's probably me resisting expressing my sadness, but I feel in my body where that emotion is so I can like tactile feel my feelings in my body. Okay? What else can we hear? This Sagittarius full moon for my collective. The dragon. What ferocity you have in you. We got water magic, we got fire magic. The dragon. Power, boldness, and as I said, fire magic. The dragon is an ancient winged creature that can soar through the air, traveling great distances between different magical worlds and realms of existence. Even if you cannot see it, know that it is real and looking out for you. The dragon loves witches and wants you to thrive. You have the power of mythic proportions, says the majestic dragon. Spread your wings and grow to the most self-confident person you can be. And to do that, to build your confidence in yourself, you have to explore those emotional depths, the lowest lows and the highest highs, the opposite. Gemini, Sagittarius, opposition and expression. I have a art piece that kind of relates to this too, but that was what I just share. Yeah, my friends know. I'm excited to share with you when it's ready. So, with the dragon breathing its fire at the top of the mountain, ferocity, and know that nearly every culture throughout history, throughout the world, has a story of a winged serpent, of a dragon. So with this mythic creature, I encourage you to look into your ancestry and which winged creatures, which serpents, which fierce dragons are in your lineage and can help you tap into that mystical, powerful energy um, in your story. How does that resonate? Let's get one more oracle and then we'll tap into the tarot. Sagittarius full moon, the rose. Oh, beautiful rose. The bloom, the bud, the transformation. Love. The stars and the magic behind it. The rose. The heart, tenderness, and shared feelings. What could be a more classic symbol of love than the rose? The soft, sweetly scented petals remind us to feel with our hearts and enjoy the pleasure of our senses. Feeling our feelings, baby. The rose is present for our most emotional life moments: birth, marriages, celebrations, and even funerals. The rose helps us heal a broken heart, live to the fullest, and say, I love you whenever we can. This card asks you to be open to love and kindness. So, what I'm seeing with this is an emotional person exploring their depths, finding their voice, and learning to feel and express their emotions. Perhaps there's an old belief that it's been not safe to feel and express emotions, and you've had to keep yourself guarded. But now the dragons are here to protect you, and so you can be as soft as a petal, as deep as the ocean, and as expressive as the dragon. You can free your throat, express with your voice, and use that Sagittarius fire of exploration. Like, fire and wings makes so much sense for Sagittarius. So you don't have to be a Sagittarius. It's just with this Sagittarius full moon illuminating that expansion that I'm really feeling that dragon energy. Okay. So let's just grab a little bit of tarot. Okay, so I'm going to use my territorial deck to see what we can add on to this story, if there is anything else to add. We're starting with the ocean. The motion of the ocean, the emotion. I know it's spelled different, but what about the ocean would you like to add on in this reading, please? The ocean. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So things are changing for you here. Got destiny, opportunity, fate, turning point, movement. Like there is the ocean, the tides are changing. Tides are shifting. There is a movement to better things. So if you've been feeling stuck in these depths, know that there is change happening. In this card, there is on each of the corners, um, Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, and that's gonna be Taurus. I think that's all the fixed signs. So you don't have to be one of these placements, but might be especially resonant of that shift. We also have Jupiter on here. Jupiter's currently in Cancer. I'm enjoying Jupiter in Cancer. Oh, her toy stopped. Hold on. Had that little interruption and off the my lap. I don't know. I don't think it fell from the deck because it seems separate from it, but we had the rabbit fall through. So the rabbit wanted to come through too. Maybe you were a year of the rabbit, if that's significant. I'm just throwing out stuff. Year of the dragon, year of the rabbit might be significant. I'm a year of the dog, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but perhaps year of the rabbit might be significant. And that one I know fell in there because it was part of the slot, so I'm not gonna take that one. Sensitivity, moon magic, and fear. The rabbit is a gentle spirit that lives in connection with both the earth and the moon. It is highly sensitive to its surroundings, constantly alert to danger, and deeply in touch with its intuition. As quick as it is soft, the rabbit does not trust easily, but once its affections have been earned, the rabbit can be cuddly and loyal. The rabbit card suggests that you need to honor your sensitivity and listen to your fear. So, you might be feeling a little bit more sensitive right now. Um, know that that sensitivity is an emotional power for you. With the ocean and the moon together, you see both of these cards have lunar cycles, the moon on here, the moon on there. Obviously, the moon is very tied to the ocean because the tide, Tied and Tide together, and the tides of change, the wheel of fortune. So there might be a little bit of a fear and apprehension of change. And trust your gut, trust your intuition on this. Don't barrel through and just be like, oh, things are good, so things are good. Like, but be a little wary. Um, since the rabbit decided to hippity hop into this reading, I guess we'll do the rabbit next. What can we expand on with the rabbit, please? We have the Ten of Wands, the Four of Swords, and Judgment reversed. So, accomplishment, responsibility, burden, completion, hard work, relaxation, meditation, rest, contemplation, restoration, and then a bit of doubt, a little bit of self-loathing, a little bit of fear going on. So there's something like you're working towards. That finish line is close. The rabbit to the finish line, racing to the finish line. You're almost at the end of something. You're almost at the point where you can finally rest. Those tides of the wheel of change, the wheel of fortune is turning in your favor, but it feels like you're at this cusp and you kind of feel like you want to run away from it. You're at this point where you could expand. And it's like at this last second you're doubting. You've got that rabbit fear trying to run from it. And it's like you could just if you just push yourself that little bit more, you can put those wands down and complete this cycle, complete this story, and finally rest. Meditation, rest, restoration. And whether emerging from battle or putting in too many hours at work, you're overdoing it and need to take a breather, a rest period, and this will allow you to reemerge with renewed strength and focus. But I don't, with the Ten of Wands here, like it's upright. If a Ten of Wands was reversed, I'd be like, yeah, you're definitely overdoing it. But to me, with yeah, that you want to go back. You want to go back in the story. You're feeling like, okay, but I'm used to this. I'm familiar with this. But the wheel's changing. The wheel is changing. It's time to step away from that familiarity, stepping back into the old story where you had to be resilient, persistent, and garden. And I'll just go back to this. It's like take that last step, whatever that leap of faith is that you're scared of, that you're doubting yourself, it's time to let go of that fear and step into your ferocity as the dragon. How can we get more fierce and step into our power as the dragon? How can we step into that dragon power? Perhaps you need to know if you follow this. I'm not saying you have to believe in this and that's something you have to do, but if you feel guided, maybe look into who your dragon spirit guide is. I I've connected with mine. I quite love my dragon, and I have had times where my dragon has protected me, and I'm very grateful for it. So that is something that I believe. That is not something you have to believe. If you're like, I'm just here for the tarot, you can keep that to yourself. Take it if it doesn't resonate. Don't take any kind of spiritual advice that doesn't resonate for you, okay? That is your most sacred um system with your beliefs. So don't try and take on any beliefs that don't resonate with you. But if you feel guided, it might be worth it to look into your uh your spirit dragon. Okay? How can we step into a power of the dragon, our ferocity, our might, not go back to these old cycles, to release that doubt, that fear, so we can finally rest. Jeez Louise. Uh, okay. We got kind of a stack. How many is this? Okay, it's just four. We have the Eight of Cups, the Six of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, and the Ten of Swords. Okay. You gotta step away from the old beliefs so that you can move into your new self. I love it. I love when the cards just. So Eight of Cups is about stepping away from things. Um, Six of Cups is that childhood, perhaps a bit of naivety and innocence. It's like, and it's emotions. It's your emotional depth. So there's these emotional stories that you were raised on, Six of Cups, that you are now leaving behind with this full moon expansion. You guys. This full moon expansion, stepping away from old beliefs, old emotional things that are holding you back, and going forward. It's about finding that practical balance in life and learning to heal these old wounds. Like there's a deep pain in walking away from this, but like a deep pain in recognizing this. Ten of Swords, the Sun, Gemini Sun, the ego. Six of Cups, Sun. These things that you were stepping away from, this pain that you've held on to, I'm sorry. Every rose has its thorn. You found the beauty in everything, no matter how painful it's been. You found love and emotions and care in situations that have been so incredibly painful. And it's hard to recognize in your past the people that you have loved that have hurt you. It's hard. I've gone through my Eight of Cups. walking away and recognizing where I've had this emotional investment in people that have hurt me, that have hurt me throughout my past. I understand and I deeply empathize with you in this transformation to expansion, but and you're trying to do it all while balancing like your practical matters in life. Like you still have to pay your bills while you're going through this emotional transformation. You still have to show up in the real world and like the systems that you have to operate in so that you can acquire food, so that you can acquire shelter. Trying to balance that with the ocean behind you, this emotional tides, rocky waves behind you, and you're finding that balance. The wheel of fortune is turning in your favor. I know the burden of recognizing your past is hard, and you'd rather doubt yourself than step into your power. But you can't keep running back. You can't stay trapped. You can't stay trapped in those old beliefs. You can't. Not anymore. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you're moving through that right now. Let me give them some guidance and some light through this darkness. You're almost through it, and you can rest. Can I give them something a little bit nicer to end on? No, oh, there's not. Okay. Well, what I will leave you with as you're moving through this is some crystal energy that you can tap into while you're moving through this transformative period. I know, babies. I know this is not easy. This hurts you in your soul. In that dream, I was angry. I was screaming. I was so mad. And then I was weeping. Healing isn't always bubble baths and spa days. It's raw. It's emotional. But when you step into those emotions, when you express those depths, when you understand it, when you're not too afraid to express it, that's when you step into your power. And when you step into your power, you are no longer afraid. You can trust your intuition again. You can finally listen to your gut because the people that you've been around, this betrayal that you've been around has lit up this fear in you. But you don't trust this fear. You don't trust your instinct to run because you've had to rely on these people as your source of balance. That's been your foundation, your childhood foundation, your emotional foundation growing up. But it's time to recognize the truth and step away from that now so you can step into your power. Lunar intuition. Lunar intuition. Okay. Can I get on the crystal to move through this energy? It's not always love and light, sunshine and roses. Sometimes it is pain, but it is worth it to move through that pain. We have orange calcite, finding that fire, that inspiration, Your forbidden candy. I just happen to have it here. I got this recently. I want to lick this so bad. I'm so sorry. That's been tick, 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 hasn't it? Orange calcite. Energize yourself. Patience. How life this healing process takes time. It's hard. Each gran of sane, each grain of sand, slowly moving through as you're in this healing process, and moss agate synchronicity. So find what lights you up, what keeps your passion, so that you can keep your passion in this last stretch. Know that it does take time, but we're in the final stretch of this, and you just need a little bit more patience. I'm going to read the Hell Light one. I feel like that one specifically is important. And with moss agate, look for the synchronicities. Look for what the universe is trying to tell you. The number patterns that you've been seeing, the moments of fate that are just too odd to be coincidence. Trust that the universe is talking to you. Okay? With how light and your patience, rest, mindfulness, and emotional freedom. That's reiterating that Four of Swords, which is buried in all of it. The rest is coming. The respite is coming. Just this final stretch, you guys. This card is your gentle reminder to take a deep breath, relax, and recharge. You may be feeling stressed and or have been pushing yourself to the limit lately, so slow down and find your sense of patience. Just like the sands in an hourglass, take time to cascade down. Remember that great things take time to unfold. Take a step back for a moment, trust in the process, and know that good things come to those who hustle hard and rest hard. So I think what I want to leave you with is finding that balance between energy and rest, between the dedicated hard work that you're doing and making time for relaxation. You need both. You, in your physical world, Pentacles material world, you need both, balancing your healing and your rest. You are doing amazing work. This is deep, powerful transformation that you are moving through. It is hard. It is painful. It is scary. Your nervous system is gonna be screaming the whole time. And when you're doing that nervous system work, you have to remember to balance the brain work and the body work. Okay? I can't tell you just how proud of you I am for you moving through this. I have done it myself. I am moving through it myself. I am right there with you. And it is worth it. It is worth every second of it. You are going to be on your knees weeping sometimes. But when you move through this, you are moving the wheel of fortune in your favor. Okay? Trust in this process, trust in the expansion. Growth hurts, change hurts, it's scary, but it is worth it. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for being here on this episode of Ember's Guiding Light. I'm so proud of you. I love you so much. It feels weird to do the YouTuber ending, but I'm going to move into that right now. But no, I'm not here for a sales pitch. I'm here for you. And I love you, okay? If you like this message, I encourage you to subscribe so you can be updated when I'm posting, and we'll move through this energy together. It's powerful emotional transformation. You got this. Subscribe. Check out some of my other videos. They tend to be a little bit more cheery and happy than this very deep message, but a very important message. I knew it was important. And it's not going to line up because I'm talking too much, but that's okay. We got the cards here now. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next video.